now you seem to be losing it. I think you want to control her. You don't get to control this lady. She's not your wife, and even if she was, you don't get to control her.
Have you ever wanted to yell at a judge to do something specific in a case? This is one of those cases for me. This man has a violent history with his ex, and what she says, combined with how he acts, makes me want to protect her by putting him away for years. How would you handle this case? Does the judge get it right?
I should have called this earlier. They never got the paper.
Judge, there was a holdup with the paperwork, and the director of the probation department here at the court was considered enough to push this through.
Well, I know, but I haven't even read the report yet.
Paperwork twice.
I didn't think we were having a sentencing on this.
Yes, we are ready to proceed.
Well, I got to read it.
Yes.
They didn't have this in here when I looked at the report.
We understand that.
You did it this morning?
No,
Yes.
sir, I actually did.
Yes, it's done this morning. The report was done this morning. That's why he didn't have it in his file.
But I had already did it though. I did it on 11th of April.
Mr. Thomas, the report.
I did it on 11th of April.
No.
That's what I'm telling you.
Okay. There's no
Not
reason.
the
Hang on.
paperwork,
Hang on.
I did the report on 11th.
Listen to me. There's no
Yes, sir.
reason. There's no reason to argue about it.
Yes, sir.
I was just asking because when I read the report this morning, they didn't have this pre-sentence report in here.
Yeah.
When I read the file,
Mhm.
and it said, Vic, defendant called probation on April 11 and requested the PSI paperwork be faxed to treatment agency. He's attending due to no transportation and living in a three-quarters house. Paperwork was faxed but never was returned. That's what they wrote.
Yes, sir.
So they must have done all this morning, right?
Yes, sir.
So why are you arguing with the guy?
The judge takes some time to read the report he hasn't read, and then the case is called back.
He pled guilty to telephone harassment. He's referred for a pre-sentence report. I have one question. The disorderly that he was convicted of in this court, are you in front of Judge Hessen or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And on probation.
Yes.
Okay. He's on probation with Hessen.
And was he not sentenced until after this December 13th, 24 date?
I think where you might be going with this is there was an open warrant, correct me if I'm wrong, and then so it wouldn't have even been a bond violation at that point, but if it was anything, it was a bond violation because he had never been sentenced to probation, so there was no bond.
All right.
Then I got sentenced afterwards.
All right. Lisa, try to figure out how long he's going to be on probation from looking at that. Is everything in this report accurate? Are there any material additions, corrections, or deletions?
The only thing I would like to add is that he's now transitioning into an intensive outpatient treatment facility. As the court may recall, when he came in on Zoom, he was in intensive inpatient facility, so he is transitioning into working towards his sobriety, Judge. There are no additional deletions, corrections, or errors. Based upon the totality of all the facts and circumstances, the idea that we have the victim here, I'm going to ask the court to adopt the recommendation, fines and costs, and do some community service. Judge, this was an incident, realizing that there is a similar transaction or occurrence regarding the same victim with Hessen. The facts and circumstances as alleged by my client had a little something to do with calling out of the safety and welfare of the child and reporting calling instead of calling CPS. So the victim's here to retort, but my understanding is that these phone calls weren't focused at the victim themselves as to ensure the safety and welfare of his child, which he realizes was the inappropriate way upon which he handled it. And I think that's why the recommendation is so light in the circumstances. Also, that I do believe that there is a divorce or was a divorce going on between the two parties here, the victim and the defendant. Obviously, that can sometimes cause some contention. And my understanding is Mr. Thomas is compliant with making sure that he is not making contact with the victim.
Anything you'd like to say?
Yes, sir. We were married for what, like 5 years, maybe almost 6. I was a terrible husband. You know what I'm saying? I'm not denying that. I was violent, I was aggressive, disrespectful, So I filed for divorce. I knew there was no chance of us reconciling anything. I filed for divorce. The divorce was granted October 2023. Within us going through the divorce, we agreed that I wouldn't attempt to get sole or physical custody of my daughter, but she would still allow me to talk to my daughter and see my daughter on our own terms. Well, that hasn't happened. So here we are from 2022. I have not seen my child. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, sometimes I do call Siobhan. I have called Siobhan phone, and I have got frustrated in the past and disrespected her or cussed her out. But this is not that. I called her phone. She heard my voice. She hung the phone. I didn't call her back. Now I pop up with a warrant for this. Bottom line is I wasn't a good man to her, so I don't know if this has something to do with that, but it shouldn't. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if this laying the foundation, because I have been taking her to court, to family court, to try to get some type of parenting time with my child. So I don't know if it's laying the foundation to where now we go back to court and it's, oh, well, he been harassing me. I have no reason to harass her. I filed for divorce, and it's my second time doing it. So it's no reason to harass her. I have not been to her home at all since I moved out of there. So I don't bother her, and I have been disrespectful in the past, but this is not one of those circumstances. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get my life together. I have had a problem with drinking in the past. I checked myself in the inpatient. I successfully completed that, and now I'm in intensive outpatient. And this lady right here, she's one of the advocates for me at the place that I'm in.
And also he's
Right here.
He's
Her name
also
is
working
Amy.
on truck driving school, is that correct?
Yeah, I was, but I can't do it within, because I go to class every morning. I work, and now I have a new job. I work from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. And then I go to class from 9 a.m. to 2:30 in the afternoon.
Okay.
So I don't really have time to do that.
Okay. Well, Ms. Willie Carter, the victim told me you wanted to come in on this. Can you tell me your name and whatever you'd like to say?
Caitlin Fuller, Carter, in Preston Township. I don't necessarily need to see anything. I mean, I believe that the charges speak for themselves, especially that he's been charged and he was convicted of similar charges down the hall. The reason for this incident was because he pled back in September. He went into warrant status and appeared for sentencing and continued to contact Ms. Thomas. And specifically, he wasn't supposed to contact Ms. Thomas. So that's why this case was issued. I do believe that she wishes to make a statement.
I do.
Please.
Okay, so this is the second harassment charge. This is the second time that we've been in court for this very same thing. We have a very extensive history of domestic violence. He's beat me to the point where I was unrecognizable. I pressed charges. I was pregnant with his child, and he's attacked me several times. All of this has been heavily documented. I'm sorry, just being here and I'm a little bit overwhelmed. The harassment has not stopped. It is continuous. He was told in court last time, in January 22nd, to not visit any of my social media. He's coming on to.
Did I order that?
No, it was a judge.
Judge Hassan did not.
She ordered him not to go on,
Yeah,
not to go on her social media.
Right, no contact extends to social media.
he's been on my social media as of April 5th. I'm still receiving private calls. He has threatened me. He threatened to kill me. Sometimes during the abuse, I feared that he was gonna do just that. He prank called the police to my house December the 13th. He told the police that he thought that our daughter was in harm. My daughter now has a fear of the police because she said they're trying to take her. Several officers and cars came to the house. At that time, I had a PPO against him. He still was calling.
You hadn't been served and
He had not been served
Right.
because I do not have an address for
Right.
him. I asked the courts January the 22nd, could he be served at that time? I was told I couldn't do that. I don't know if you have our records before you, but this has been ongoing. I am a survivor. He has beat me. I have marks, permanent damage to my eyes from the abuse that I endured from him. Permanent scars. I think about this every day when I look at myself in the mirror. This has nothing to do with our daughter, the phone calls. I gave the court January the 22nd a recording of him telling me he was gonna kill me. These calls happen all day, all night. 3 a.m. in the morning. He's calling me because he's in the hospital. He's calling me to cuss at me. He's angry that I'm not receiving the calls. All of that paired with the prank call that has me feeling powerless. I don't know what it's like to have the freedom. I live in fear. I never know when he's gonna act out on some of the threats that he's giving me, as far as burning my house down, killing me. He's told me, fuck me and our daughter. He's unhinged. As you seen earlier, he was arguing with his counsel. I feel like he's out of control. And in the recording that I had, he threatened me and taunted me and told me that the police aren't gonna do anything because they never have. Again, this is my third time pressing charges on him. This is the second time with this court. Nothing has ever been done.
How long does Judge Hessen have him on probation, Lisa?
She sentenced him on January 22nd to 12 months.
So he's got another 7, 8 months. Let's see.
Your Honor, I think it's important to note that he's turned himself into the intensive inpatient treatment program, and now he's transitioning.
He's done that many times in the past.
Okay.
I've never done that. I've never done that.
All right, wait a second. Mr. Thomas, can I make a little suggestion?
Yes, sir.
I take my humility button
Yes, sir.
from a 0 or 1 to a 10. I don't go for this nonsense.
Yes, sir.
You just got done admitting you were a lousy husband, you beat her.
I was.
And then she's reiterating this and you're acting like she's lying or doing other things. I don't like this.
Yes, sir.
I don't think anyone should be assaulted, harassed. You could,
And then if I could say something, Judge, it's impossible. Like, I mean, I'm not saying everything she's saying is a lie. Within our marriage, that did go on. But my thing is this, you're coming to court saying that I was harassing you April 5th. Impossible. I didn't even have, and she will attest to that, I didn't even have access to a cell phone. My cell phone was locked up until April 14th. From March 14th to April 14th.
correct me if I'm wrong. Let's just keep your voice down.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry. I just get excited, but my phone, my cell phone was locked in their possession. You can't access the phone.
Hang on. Did you plead guilty to this?
No, this is something she just said just happened last
Hang
month.
on a second. I'm talking about this offense.
Yes, I'm going
Let me finish.
Oh, I'm sorry.
From December 13 to 24.
Yes, I called her phone.
You pled guilty to this.
Yes, there was no, there
All
were
right,
no
then
threats
don't come in
made.
here and deny guilt if that's what you're trying to do.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying there was no threats.
Your Honor.
I don't want to sound like a tough guy, but I don't appreciate the way you're talking to me now.
I'm sorry.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
You're now acting like you did nothing wrong. Wait a minute. You're now acting like you did something wrong. That was very compelling what you just told me.
Yes, it was.
And I don't believe for 1/2 of 1 millimeter of 1 second that this lady was lying to me.
I don't.
Okay, I'm just telling you, I don't believe it. I can pretty good at reading people. Anybody would be after this many years of having this many people in front of you and this many people lie to you and tell you that it's 98 degrees out right now and we're in Tahiti. I don't know what to tell people. I just think if I were you, I'd back this down.
Yes, sir.
Don't act like it's her fault. I can't see where she's done anything wrong here. If I had to assign blame, it's 100-0.
I said that, and I apologize. That's why.
Don't apologize to me.
I'm saying I apologize.
You didn't
but I
call
can't.
and harass me. Listen to me. I don't want you to talk right now. I'm trying to give you some advice. Your record looks like you're one of those guys. You can look at me all you want. I know they date back, but 06, felony unarmed robbery, RNC motor vehicle, and 12, larceny by conversion, 5-year felony on that, and 12, attempted assault, resisting, obstruct an officer, 13, larceny in a building, 13. Now, to your credit, it does seem as though you stayed out of trouble. I mean, you had a couple warrants for your arrest that you should have taken care of, but still in 24 disorderly, and now you seem to be losing it. I think you want to control her. You don't get to control this lady. She's not your wife, and even if she was, you don't get to control her.
Yes, sir.
Now, I got to tell you, I've come out here from thinking probably probation to probably jail right now. So if I were you, I would go way down with my anger level.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I don't know if you were permitted to finish. Did I permit you to finish, ma'am?
I was not finished.
Go ahead.
I want to say that I don't even know if this matters, but I am not his first victim. I am the only person that follows through. And even though I said that there's been multiple cases, Taylor, multiple police reports that were made with domestic violence, where it still doesn't speak to the abuse that I endured. I've seen things I shouldn't have seen. I felt things that I felt. He has changed me on a very chemical level.
On the what?
The chemical imbalance. He's changed me completely. My way of thinking. I'm afraid. I no longer enjoy like anything. I don't sit on the porch when my daughter watch her play anymore. I don't know when he might drive by. I've seen him drive in my area last year. It has been, he's made police reports against me. The harassment has not stopped. I do not feel safe. I'm always on high alert. Again, he has totally changed me from the person that I used to be.
Well, did I let you finish now?
Yes.
I'm going to encourage you not to let anybody change you. We control our own emotions, destiny. Look, don't do that to yourself.
Your Honor.
Wait. Now, I want you to know, I have records in front of me. I have a domestic violence that was filed and dismissed. I don't have any domestic violence conviction, although he pretty much just admitted that he used to engage in acts like that.
The city of Taylor.
The city of Taylor, it was dismissed. Let me just double check that, but I'm sure I saw dismissed. No, that was in Inkster. It was dismissed.
That's not me.
Pardon?
The Easter case probably wasn't me.
That was in 23. I don't see anything from the 23rd District Court in Taylor on his record, either as a charge or as a conviction. So, all right.
If I can, I don't want to talk directly to her, but I apologize. I know I was a terrible person. You know what I'm saying? I had an issue with drinking. Like, I I turned into a different person. That's why I'm finally trying to get myself together. I went and enrolled myself in inpatient. I successfully completed inpatient on the 14th, and I didn't want to go straight back to the community because I didn't feel I would be strong enough to not drink, and I don't like how I make people feel. So I asked, can I go into the second step? So now I'm living in intensive outpatient through community lighthouse in Plymouth, Michigan. And like I said, I'm in class. I live with them. Like I live in an apartment. They take me from my apartment to class, back to my apartment. I work from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. and that's Monday through Friday. I just feel bad for me damaging her as a person. That's not my intention, and nor did I do a prank call. I did call and ask them to do a welfare check, and I admit that was not no prank call. I did call it, and I gave them my phone number for them to call me back.
What does the order of the circuit judge say on the divorce?
And that was the thing. It was no order with my child. It was what it was.
You got a divorce, right?
Yeah,
The order probably says you get no custody and no visitation.
No, right. It's reserved. Because
So as of right now, you have no visitation rights and no custodial rights,
correct,
right?
Correct.
Okay. So you need to understand something. This is our justice system.
Yes, sir.
Judges speak through orders.
Yes, sir.
Judges speak through orders. You don't get to start circumventing judges' orders. And that's really what you're trying to do when you're talking about wellness checks and all these things. If you have any evidence that she's abusing that child, then you should contact CPS. But you don't have the right to circumvent a judge's order. This is getting worse for you the longer we're going on. I'm just telling you.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, you don't have to apologize to me that your true colors are coming out. I mean, you don't seem to be remorseful. You started out that way.
I know. I feel bad.
All right, listen. But
I do, Your Honor. I haven't had the opportunity to apologize to you.
All right. Well, you're not going to have the opportunity today either. I'm ready to make my ruling. If somebody wants to say something, they can. I'll shut up. I'll listen. If they don't, then I'm sentencing. Anything else?
Very briefly, Judge. The child support is in reserve, so what my client can do is exercise his rights and get parenting time order or something, so that is reserved and he can move forward.
It's up to him.
In the future. Yes.
But he's not going to contact this lady.
Right, exactly. So it's still available to him if he wants to pursue that.
I did not. Anything else? Anything else? Real briefly?
It's not a matter of him not knowing that everything was on reserve, because as he said, he's filed multiple cases against me in court, and they're dismissed. I have sole physical custody and sole legal custody of our daughter. He's harassing me 3 a.m, threatening to kill me, burn my house down. I have a property in Detroit that's unkept because he used to tell me, Detroit doesn't have the police. I'll kill you when you go to check on your grandma's house.
Nice.
So, yeah, I paid my grandma neighbors to help me.
18 months probation. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court or violate a law. If you change your address, place of employment, or home telephone number, you must notify probation. You have to report as directed. No contact with the victim at all. If I find out that you've had contact with her once, sir, I'm going to give you 90 days.
Yes, sir. Can I ask one question, please?
I'm not even done
Oh, I'm
yet.
sorry.
No contact with the victim. You cannot write, phone, see, text, email, or communicate with her in any way. You're not to possess any firearms, and you're not to possess any dangerous weapons. No firearms, no dangerous weapons. I don't expect to see you anywhere near this lady. I don't expect you to call this lady. I don't expect you to have John Smith, have Jane Doe, have Ivan Bukanovich, have Harold Sobolski call this lady. Nobody is calling this lady for you or on your behalf.
Yes, sir.
Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Judge, realizing.
I'm not done yet.
Okay.
Why does everyone want to keep interrupting me? 15 days jail, I'll let you do 5 of those on the court work program. There's a $35 a day charge for that for a total of $175. You're in custody for the next 10 days. Stop, don't interrupt me. Yeah, don't interrupt me.
Sorry.
$100 fines, $100 costs, 75 victims' rights, $50 justice assessment, 3 1/4. Screening fee is 60 for 425. Attorney fees are 40 for 465. Probation fees are 360 for 825. If you violate, your probation could be revoked. You could be incarcerated for 90 days. You have 21 days to appeal, and you have 14 days to apply for a court-appointed lawyer. For purposes of appeal, you need to get your life under control. You need to stop being obsessed with this woman. You need to stay away from this woman. You need to not call this woman. Do we understand one another?
Yes, sir. Can I please ask you one thing, sir? Please.
Hold on, Judge, can he,
He's not reporting later.
no, well,
He's not reporting later.
Can I just put it on the record?
Yeah, you can put it on the
I'm
record. Of course you
asking
can
the
put it
court
on
to
the
allow him to finish his intensive outpatient treatment for himself.
He's gonna go now. Have a seat.
Yes, sir. Come on.
Probation will set up terms of payment with you.